Okay.
Okay, so do we have our PowerPoints yet?
Yeah, that's what I was just asking you. I will pass those out just now.
Okay, so while she's passing out the PowerPoints, let me ask you guys another question. How many of you like to make noise? I love to make noise. So while I'm reading this story to you, I'm going to ask you to help me make some noises, okay? Okay, so when you hear 3, repeat after me. So let's practice, okay? I need to hear you. You ready? Okay. Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, yes, yes.
Oh, very good. No, no, no.
No, no, no.
Look at me, look at me, look at me.
Look at me, look at me, look at me.
Not good, not good, not good.
Not good, not good, not good.
Hurry, hurry, hurry.
Hurry, hurry, hurry.
This way, this way, this way.
This way, this way, this way.
Help, help, help.
Help, help, help.
Not true, not true, not true.
Not true, not true, not true.
And my favorite sound of all. Okay, perfect. So when you hear those sounds, I want you to repeat after me, okay? Got it?
We're good on the PowerPoints too. We're good.
Okay. All right, now, so before we start, I want everybody to stretch. Perfect. Okay, so everybody got your pictures of the dog?
Yeah.
What does that first picture say? You can read it to me. What does the first picture say?
Okay, what does it say?
I want to go fast.
Okay, say it again.
I want to go fast.
Just the person we're calling on. Just the person we're calling
I want to go fast. And what do you think he's in? What is that? What's all the wheels and the post there? What's that? What's going on with that? What do you think's going on?
Judy, what is it? It's like a helping dog.
Okay, she said a helping dog.
A helping dog? Why do you think he has wheels? Why is he in that thing?
Oh, probably because her legs walking around.
Okay. He said his or her legs can't walk well.
Right. Very good. And what do we call? If it was a person and they had one of those things? What do we call it?
What's that called?
Wheelchair. So Ricky Bobby is in a doggy wheelchair, and we call that a cart. So if you hear the word cart when I'm reading, that's what it is, okay? You ready to start?
Yeah.
Okay.
Jenaia, can I ask a question?
Yes.
I'm just wondering if any of the teachers there are taking some pictures while we're doing this.
Yes. Yes, I am.
Oh, wonderful, because I tried to use my camera and I think that's what disconnected us, so I'm not going to take any pictures.
Okay, no problem.
All right, here we go. When you hear me say next picture, you turn the page, okay? Here we go. Ricky Bobby, I want to go fast. My name is Ricky Bobby, and I'm a good boy. Being a good boy means many things. When Miss Jenaia is happy to see me, I'm a good boy. When Dr. Becker wants to open my mouth and look at my teeth, and I don't bite him, I'm a good boy. I'm also a good boy when Miss Jenaia puts me in my cart and I go fast. I love my cart. Next picture. Before the people dressed in white came, I was not a good boy. I lived in a wire cage with a cardboard bottom that smelled like pee. I never saw the grass or the sky, and the people who fed me never spoke. I was alone. Sometimes my teeth hurt or my back ached. When my back legs stopped working, I had to pull them behind me with my front paws. After that, the people who brought food came less and less. I was so hungry, I was ready to eat the cardboard in the bottom of my cage. Then a strange thing happened. One day, more people than I'd ever seen before opened the big metal door at the end of the room. Lights and smells poured in. Naturally, I barked my mistrust. Who are you? Who are you? Who are you? I'd never seen or smelled or heard so many people in my life. Next picture. "It's okay, you're safe now," said a soft voice. She reached into my cage, lifted me out, and carried me into the sun. I was so surprised I shook all over and buried my face against her chest. After going outside, I went to live with Dr. Becker and his people. Dr. Becker is a nice man, but I don't like his gadgets. He uses them to shine lights in my eyes, look in my ears, and clean my teeth. I hate having my teeth cleaned, don't you? But Dr. Becker built my cart and brought me Ms. Jenaia, so I forgive him. Next picture. Ms. Jenaia arrived the first day I was learning to use my cart. It looks a little bit like a hammock on wheels. Anybody know what a hammock is?
Yeah.
What's a hammock?
Bailey, what's a hammock?
It's like a bed kind of thing that can swing.
Swinging bed.
It's like a bed made out of wood?
No.
What's it made out of?
Hi.
Yeah, and what do? You hang it between what?
Trees.
Yes, okay, everybody knows what a hammock is. So it looks a little bit like a hammock on wheels. It has two poles with a soft cloth suspended between them to support my back legs. There's also a green vest for me to wear. It attaches to the poles so I can pull the cart along. I didn't like how the vest felt around my chest or the of the plastic wheels. But Ms. Jenaia held treats in front of my nose, so I forgot all about the strange new feelings and sounds. All I could think about was getting that treat, so before you knew it, I was rolling right along. "Look at me, look at me, look at me!"
Look at me, look at me, look at me.
"You're a good boy," Ms. Jenaia said. Her voice was full of happy tears. The day Ms. Jenaia came to take me home was the day I met Mariah. She was waiting in Dr. Becker's front room, looking grumpy. I rolled over in my cart and said, "What's the matter?" The polite thing would have been to sniff and touch noses, but she pretended not to see me. Ms. Jenaia was still talking to Dr. Becker, so I tried again. "What's your name?" I asked. "Why should I tell you?" she said. "You smell like medicine." "Well, and you smell like a purebred snob," I said. Lucky for me, Ms. Jenaia returned and carried me out to the car. Mariah had to use her own forepaws to walk, and I could tell she was mad. The car took us to my new home, where Mariah and I had what Ms. Jenaia called an adjustment period. That means we had to learn to be nice to each other, and it wasn't easy, let me tell you. Mariah is what I call a grump. Next slide. No matter how soft her bed is, how nice things smell outside, or how delicious her treats are, Mariah is always grumpy. The only time I'd ever seen Mariah look really happy was the day she saved me from the bully. We were visiting a school with Ms. Jenaia, and one of the little people took us outside to play. He threw a ball and told me to fetch. Fetch was a new word for me, so I didn't know what to do. "Fetch, you stupid dog," he said. Beside me, Mariah started to growl. "Not good, not good, not good."
Not good, not good, not good.
When the boy tried to kick me with his shoe, she started barking as loud as she could. "Run, Ricky, run! Run, Ricky, run! Run, Ricky, run!"
Run, Ricky, run! Run, Ricky, run! Run, Ricky, run!
Run and find Ms. Jenaia. Next page. I turned and trotted back into the school as fast as I could go, hurrying down the long hallway and into the classroom where we'd left Ms. Jenaia. "Help, help, help!
Help, help, help!
There's Ricky Bobby," said a dark-haired teacher. "Why are you barking, honey?" "Help, help, help!"
Help, help, help!
I looked for Ms. Jenaia, but I didn't see or smell her anywhere. "Stop that barking," said a man. He clapped his hands in front of my face and frowned. "You're hurting my ears." "No, no, no."
No, no, no!
"You don't understand," I said. "We need help, help, help."
Help, help, help!
Maybe he's looking for for Ms. Jenaia, suggested the dark-haired teacher. She'll be back in a minute, honey. Don't you worry. Hurry, hurry, hurry!
Hurry, hurry, hurry!
My throat was beginning to hurt from all the barking. Lucky for me, Ms. Jenaia walked through the door. What's going on? She said. Why is Ricky Bobby upset? He's not upset, said the man. He's just barking to hear himself bark. Not true, not true, not true.
Not true, not true, not true.
No, Ricky Bobby never barks for no reason, said Ms. Jenaia. Something must be wrong. Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, yes, yes.
What's the matter, Ricky? She asked. Show us what's wrong. This way, this way, this way.
This way, this way, this way.
I turned and trotted out of the classroom, looking back over my shoulder as I went. Ms. Jenaia and the other teachers followed close behind. Well, I'll be darned, said the man as we came out of the building onto the playground. There, the angry little person was still shouting and chasing Mariah. When Mariah saw Ms. Jenaia, she ran over as fast as her little legs would go. Not good, not good, not good.
Not good, not good, not good.
Oh, dear, said Ms. Jenaia. She bent and clipped a leash to Mariah's collar. It's okay, Mariah. It's okay, you're safe now. That dog attacked me, the little person said. Not true, not true, not true.
Not true, not true, not true.
He tried to kick Ricky Bobby. That's not true, is it, Robert? Asked Ms. Jenaia. Why don't you tell us what really happened? Next picture. After many minutes and many words I didn't understand, the boy hung his head and said, I'm sorry. He even sat down on the ground and apologized to us. Mariah was brave and licked his hand, but I was too nervous to touch him. It's okay, you're safe now, Ricky, Mariah said. Thanks, I said, touching her nose with mine. You were my hero today. I was, wasn't I? Mariah panted happily. I really was. The end. Okay, so who can tell me why Mariah was so upset when Ricky Bobby first arrived?
Raise your hand if you know.
Anybody know?
Dylan?
What? Because she didn't want him to. She didn't really want the person who she was trying to play with to yell at her, and she
Right.
barked at him.
You think that, what's the J word? She felt a little
Jealous.
jealous. I think so too. So how would you like to meet the real Ricky Bobby? This story was based on a real dog that I know, and we're going to show you a video of his story and how he was really rescued in real life, okay? He's a great little dog. So whenever you're ready, Ms. Jennifer, hit it.
Okay, so I'm going to minimize the screen and put up the video. Hopefully that will work.
Perfect.
Lovely.
Perfect.
It's on YouTube. Oh, there's
I'm Jennifer Houlette, member of the Animal Rescue Team. Sampson County Animal Control called Humane Society of the United States when they have been investigating a large-scale breeder for quite some time. Suspected puppy miller. When we walked into the building, the stench of urine and feces and illness kind of just hung in the air, and it was just very sad scene. I remember walking down one of the aisles, and that's the first time that I saw Phoenix, who is now named RB. And he kind of dragged himself, making himself felt invincible. I don't know what he was trying to do. I just remember wanting to pick him up and make him safe. Well, this is Phoenix. He's paralyzed in his back leg. He's covered in urine and feces right now. And his lower back end just has no muscle left. It's just all bone. He was really shaky when we first picked him up, and now he's kind of seemed to calm down and relax a little bit. That's a good feeling. He knows we're here to help. He's got plenty of chances and opportunities. He just needs to be with somebody who loves him. My name is Megan Bliss. I'm a veterinary technician at the Care First Animal Hospital in North Carolina. I first met Arby when the Humane Society had brought brought dogs from the Sampson County puppy mill to our office. Oh boy! Oh boy! Oh, I immediately started working on a cart. I knew that I could build him one. And the second I put him in the final product, nothing could stop him. Hey! Here he comes! He's just our best little guy, and he's got his big brother Tucker, and they love each other so much. Even today, you never would know if I could get that. And I think that's the best part. That's the life the dog should have. I immediately started working on the cart. I knew that I could build him one. Humane Society of the United States. The final product, nothing can stop him. He is your specialty. Our sensible guy is kind of the brother Tucker, and they love each other so much. Never know if I could get this. And I think that's the part that's the life the dog could have. How do I get back in there?
Okay, are we back? We've got an echo going on.
Yeah.
Do you want to get the light back on?
Did it play all the way through?
Okay, go ahead.
Did it play all the way through?
Yes, it did.
Okay, fantastic. So, wow, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a really special little dog. So, do you guys have any questions before we go to the next?
Ms. Jenaia?
Yeah.
They're fourth graders.
I know.
They're very smart. I want to ask them a couple of tough questions. Can I do that?
Yeah, sure.
Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Okay. So, this little movie you just saw, is that a true story?
Yes.
Okay, I want you to raise your hands when you're going to answer a question, okay? That's a true story. Okay? Is the story that Ms. Jenaia just told you about Ricky Bobby visiting the school a true story?
Okay, raise your hand if you think you know. Austin?
Yes.
Austin says yes.
Austin says yes. Anybody disagree with him?
What do you think?
No, because it didn't say anything about that in the video.
Another child says no because it didn't say anything in the video about it.
Didn't say anything in the video about it. Okay, I'm going to ask Miss Jenaia to stand up. Okay? Okay. Where did you hear name Ms. Jenaia before you watched the video? Where did you hear that name? Was Ms. Jenaia in the story?
Yes.
She was. And when somebody's in a story, we call them what? What are they, a character in the story?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Ms. Jenaia was a character in the story, but if the story isn't a true story, who do you think wrote the story?
Alyssa? Miss Jenaia?
Aha! So, Jenna Ball,
Telling my real name.
Jenna Ball, why don't you introduce yourself and explain between the two things? Because these kids are so smart that they're going to understand
Yeah, I
the
think they'll
difference
get it.
between the true story and the story that you made up, where you're not only the author and the illustrator, but you're also a character in the story.
Right. So my real name is Jenna Ball, and I'm an author, I'm a writer, and an illustrator. What's an illustrator? Anybody know?
Connor, what's an illustrator? Someone who draws all the pictures.
Yeah, I drew all those pictures in the little paper you have. So, but because I have a good time pretending to be Ms. Jenaia, I'm also part of the story. So that's why I have my ace pen and my overalls. Does that make sense now? Why do you guys think I wrote that story? Why do you think I wrote that story? Can you guess?
Cameron? Nice to know.
Because you like dogs.
I love dogs. That's true. But what's so special about Ricky Bobby?
Antoine?
Yeah. He doesn't have muscles on the back of his legs. And he only has bones. So he's tiring.
Did you hear that?
Go ahead. I can't hear. That's all.
He said that the dog doesn't have muscles, just...
So let's talk about what actually happened. Was the first place that Ricky Bobby was in, was that kind? Was that a good place?
No.
How about the second place with the blonde-haired lady who was crying and loved him so much? Okay. So do you remember what they called that first place?
Okay, raise your hand if you think you know what that first place was called.
Horrible place.
Puppy mill.
A puppy mill. Does anybody have any idea what a puppy mill is?
Up front.
Me?
Yeah.
It's a place where they make dogs food and then they sell the dogs for money.
He said they make dogs breed and then they sell them for money.
Right.
Gee,
So
what? This
that
school,
was really, really a good answer.
this is a high school class.
I know, you guys are so smart.
This is
So-
a real high school class.
A puppy mill is kind of like a factory, kind of like a car factory. Are dogs cars?
No.
So if we manufacture, if we treat dogs like cars and we breed them and we make more and more and more and more puppies to sell, is that kind to them?
No.
No. So Ricky Bobby came from a puppy mill, and which was not a good place. And you're right, he got his back legs paralyzed and he was kind of sick. To a kind place with Megan. So can somebody make a list for us? Let's write down all the things that dogs need to be happy, healthy, and in a good home. What do they need? Somebody tell me one thing. Should we wrap them up in a blanket and take them around in a baby cart?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, let's make a list of what does a dog need to be happy and healthy?
Food and water.
Food and water. That's an excellent one. What else?
Okay, when we call on you, say it nice and loud so we can hear you.
A good home.
Good home?
What does a good home mean? Give me details. What's in a good home?
Can you think of a detail?
What makes a home good?
Okay.
A dog bed so they can sleep in.
A bed, yeah. You need a good place to sleep. What else?
Treats.
Treats.
Great.
I vote for treats. Okay, what else?
Okay.
Love.
Love. And how do you show love? There are many ways to show love, and that's really important.
You care for them?
Okay, how do we care for them? Give me specific details. I'll give you some hints.
Okay.
Brush their hair. Brush their hair. Like, kiss them and hug them.
Okay, brush their hair, kiss and hugs.
Give hugs, brush their hair. What would happen if you guys had to sit still all day and you could never go outside?
I'd be horrible.
What do dogs need?
Okay, so what does that mean they need? What does that mean they need?
Playtime.
Playtime.
Playtime and exercise. Dogs really need exercise. Okay, what else?
Okay, do you have another?
Ricky Bobby needed something very, very important that he didn't get. Can you guess?
A bath?
Ooh, yes, he needed a bath. What about, where do you have to go to stay healthy? Where do your parents take you to stay healthy?
And if you know the answer to this one, where would dogs go? Where would you go to make sure you stay healthy?
YMCA.
Okay. That's where people would go.
Where would a dog?
Where would a dog go?
My dog would go to the vet.
Doggy park.
There you go. A dog's doctor is called a vet. Well done. Okay. What else?
Okay, what are some other things? Yep.
Eat the right type of food.
Okay, the right type of food.
Yes, that's really, really important. Why are you guys in school?
Wait until I call on you, okay? Wait until I call on you, otherwise there's lots of noise and it's hard to hear. Okay? To learn.
To learn. So imagine a brand new puppy. Does that puppy know how to talk to you yet?
No.
Does he know where to go to the bathroom?
No.
Does he know not to chew your shoes?
No.
So what does a dog need to be happy and healthy so he understands his people?
Okay.
Start to train.
You said trained.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. It's really, really important to get dogs to go to school and have training so they understand what you want them to do. Okay. What's this? Anybody know what this is? What's this?
Did you hear the question?
Yes.
Okay, Austin?
A dog collar.
Yes. And why do we put dog collars on dogs?
Because in case they got lost, someone could see where they live. And
Good. So what do we hang on the dog collar? What is that thing called?
Oh,
What are those?
a tag.
A tag. And on the back of the tag is
A name. A name.
a name and
Number.
and
Address.
so good. Fantastic. Okay, so a dog needs all these things to be happy and healthy. And if you're a kind person, you give them to your dog, right?
Yeah.
That makes sense? Okay, so how about if the next time we get together, we pick a dog that needs really does need a home, and we'll draw its picture. How many people like to draw? I'll show you how to draw a real dog that needs a home, and then we'll write its story. What do you think? Does it be fun?
Yeah.
I think it's going to be fun. So now, do you guys have any questions before we dance?
Who has a question? Anybody have a question? Okay, nice and loud. What's your
How
question?
do you draw something?
How do you draw so well?
Oh, you know what? I'm old, and I started when I was really young, so I practice a lot.
And she's very talented.
You know what, you guys? You will be so surprised. Every single one of you can draw a great dog, I promise.
Okay, any other
Any more
questions?
questions?
What happens to Ricky Bobby?
His question is what happened to Ricky Bobby?
That's a great question. So Ricky Bobby was rescued from the puppy mill, and then he went to the vet, and they cleaned his teeth, and they checked his back, and they gave him his shots. They did everything to help him get healthy. And then Megan, the blonde-haired lady, adopted him, and now he lives just down the street from me with his little cart. More questions?
She said that he lives down the street from her.
Yeah, I go walking with him sometimes.
She knows him personally.
He's about this big. He's only 7 pounds.
Okay.
Itty guy.
Did you want to be an author?
Do I want to be a doctor?
No, he said what made you want to be an author?
Oh. You know what? When I was 4 years old, my mother gave me a notebook, and she said, "Stop drawing on the walls." I was drawing on the walls in the laundry room and writing stories, and she said, "Here, draw here and write your stories here." And so that's when I started. I love stories. I think they're such a great way to tell people about things that you're interested in, don't you? How many of you guys like to write stories? Yeah, well, we'll do that too. It'll be really fun. Okay, more questions?
One more question?
What made you become a writer?
Okay, what made you become an author?
Well, so I used to be, does anybody know what a journalist is?
Yeah.
Kind of like a reporter. So I was doing that, and it was okay, but it was kind of boring because it was only facts. And then I met, who's this guy?
Marty.
Marty. And I was telling him about my dog stories and my cat stories, and I should show you my cat. This is Oscar. Really big. So, and I woke him up, so now he's grumpy. But I was telling Marty about my dog and cat stories, and he said, "You should write them down." And I thought, okay. And then I met Ricky Bobby, and that got me started. Does that answer your question?
I want to show them. Let me show them something.
Okay.
They see that?
Whoa!
You know what that is? That's my illustration of Marty.
I don't know. That cat has a lot more hair than I do.
So we'll draw dogs first, and then we'll try cats like Marty, okay?
Okay.
All right, so how many of you like to dance? I love to dance, even though I don't dance so well. So everybody stand up.
Let's take our direction.
Okay, so this dance is called the wiggle waggle, and you have to pretend to be a dog to wiggle waggle, okay? So,
Fourth grader.
so let me show you the parts of it first. So if I do this, what am I, and I'm a dog, what am I doing? What am I doing? I'm wagging my tail. Yeah, if I do this, what am I doing? And if I do this, what am I doing? If I do this, what am I doing? My tail. If I do this, what am I doing? If I do this, what am I doing? Thank you. If I do this, ready? And if I do this, perfect. Okay, you ready? You gotta sing with me, and you gotta do it. You ready? Here we go. You ready? You gotta wag, wag, wag.
Tail's wagging.
Wag, wag.
Come on, guys.
Come on. You gotta wag, wag, wag.
Wag, wag.
Gotta sniff, sniff. You gotta pant, pant, pant. Gotta bark, bark, bark. Face your tail. Scratch your ear. Take your neighbor's paw. So you can wag, wag, wag.
Wag.
Sniff, Leap! 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 You guys gotta work on your snoring.
You know what? I forgot to tell all the very, very cool guys in the class that if they danced, they were going to get extra credit.
Okay.
Too bad. Too bad that the guys that didn't dance don't get the extra credit.
What's his name?
But they were cool.
But the thing that is so great about dogs is that they love to be silly. So that's why I dance. If I dance like a dog, I can be silly and nobody cares. So it was fantastic to meet you. And we'll see you again next week to draw and write stories. How will that be?
Good. Those of you in the middle, do you want to turn around this way to look at the camera where she's at and you can wave?
Great to meet you. We'll see you next week. And thank you, Jennifer.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Okay, bye-bye.
Thank you.